Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Hey, Rhiannon Journey. Nicely done. How's it going, y'all? Such dramatic music. All right, let's change the station here. Let's get going. Thank Godot, it's Friday. Yes, indeed. All right. This is also the last stream before my holiday break here. I missed yesterday's stream. I had a weird day yesterday. I felt very sick. I mostly just slept. I don't know. I don't know if I got a different sick. I feel mostly okay today. Very weird. Having kind of a... Ever since Thanksgiving, I've been kind of just had this lingering illness. But yeah, I'm doing all right today. I'm taking the rest of the day off work. So I have a little more time to go take a nap after this. But I think I'm good enough to do a stream here. So that's what we're going to do, because it's the last stream before the holiday break. There's going to be no streams next week. But I'll be back the following week for hopefully a normal schedule. So yeah, so let's see what we can do, huh? There's a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff today for like auto tiling and a few other things. You can't stay today? Just pop it in for a moment and keep the streak alive. Say hi. Thanks, Sapphire. Appreciate that. Everyone was very sweet. Everyone was very sweet with their messages yesterday when I announced that I couldn't stream. Everyone was very nice. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing better today. I really just slept yesterday. All right, so we got something going. We got a super basic test on one level. Like one level of depth. If you catch me streaming while sick, you'll break your watch streak. No, don't do that. Oh yeah, I did something yesterday that like broke the cursor offset for some reason. I think I understand why this is happening. This weird overlay Y sorting issue. I think I know what's causing that. I don't know what happened to the cursor though. I swear I didn't change any of it. But now the cursor's offset. So let's look at, it's probably a misconfiguration somewhere. You didn't see that it was this far along. And by this far along, you mean like kind of back to like 20% of what we had before. Okay, the Y sort enabled is off. Gotta turn that back on. I think that was causing a lot of the problems. All right, that should fix that ordering problem we were seeing. It's drawing something that looks kind of correct. You know, that's about as good as we can ever get. All right, now if we do this, okay, we don't get that weird Y sorting issue. Okay, that's an improvement. You'll notice there are no outlines. That's because we flipped the outline thing on its head. Now we presume no outlines unless we figure it out otherwise, whereas before we presumed all outlines. Sapphire, you're out of here again. Catch you later. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, the week after, not next week. So happy Christmas or Merry Christmas or whatever you've got going on. Happy holidays. I'll see you before the new year. I'll be back next week, I think on like the 30th. Yeah. Oh, hey, Nathan Riding over on YouTube. Your consistency is inspiring. You love having this in the background, usually catching the VODs. Thanks for sharing the development. I really appreciate you saying that and catching me live here. Yeah, I try to be consistent. I would say that I struggle with that. Like we missed yesterday, but you know, health notwithstanding, I do try to be. I think that's the only way you make progress is you just keep at it. Yeah. You don't have to be consistent, but you do have to be persistent, right? Just keep at it. Appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Happy holidays. Happy Halloween. Hey, Adagon. Yeah, exactly. And a merry Halloween to you as well. All right, so what is causing the cursor offset? It's probably using a weird tile layer to reflect the input. Maybe not though, I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? Got a nice big thermos full of tea here. We are just ready. Just finished my breakfast. Oh, let me go grab some meds real quick. Be right back here. Chair stream. Give it up for Chair. It's true, Rian. If there was one holiday we had to live year round, Halloween would not be the worst one. Rhiannon, do you know, can emit signal be used from any class or just nodes, things inheriting from Godot's base object? I think it's object. But let's see. Let's find out. Yeah, so it looks like anything extending object should be able to do it. And pretty much everything inherits object, so... So, yes, and... I don't think there's anything that shouldn't be able to do it. So what did I do to break the input? Oh, this got rolled back. I just want it to be this one. I don't think this is going to fix it. But... You're using Godot's auto loads for some singletons because you need to emit some signals. You wanted to replace them with just pure C# singletons. You're running into trouble getting signals to work. That gives you some ideas, get it working. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, we've got the block following the cursor again, which is good. What I need to do now is re-enable the ability to, like, scroll. So, like, add, like, a three-dimensionality to it, like, to be able to place additional blocks. What I really want to do is have it all be kind of relative. Because right now the problem is, like, if I place a layer here at the top, you can't place anything on top of this because this is the topmost layer. So maybe I should presume that we're at the bottommost layer? I don't know. I want to make it a good experience to just add stuff on top of the blocks like this. Hey, Nix. How's it going? Yeah, I'm weird about the extent to which I limit the amount of Godot API calls that I make from C#. So I definitely haven't had to deal with some of those problems of, like, the interop compatibility. Because I just don't do it, but it's a good question. All right, so what we need to do is we need to re-enable the process that lets us kind of go up and down. But we want to enable it only partially. So it was previously handled by the view system. And it would be handled by sending this command level. And all we really did was we didn't queue a command back. And then when we were in the game node, I think that what would do, so it would trigger this level up or down call. Or we would shift the Z level that the player was operating on. I don't want to do it this way. I want to, like, cast a ray. And so when you scroll, that just changes the depth of the ray that you're casting. Because then we can do some stuff where we can figure out what face you're actually on, not just what block. We don't have any of that set up. How's it going? It's good. It's good, Nix. How are you doing? This is the last stream before Christmas break here. Tomorrow I've got my in-person Godot meetup, so I'll be going to that instead of streaming. We'll see. We'll see how many people. I'm trying to get Bad Cop to go. 3 stream streak. Good job, Nix. I'm sorry you lost it. Rhiannon, you guess you could just not use Godot's signals and use something native to C#, but you're not sure what that would be. Your C# knowledge is still very limited. Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to achieve. Or who you're trying to talk to. I think if you're mostly communicating between, you know, established Godot objects, I think signal is good. I think it's good not to, like, reinvent the wheel all the time. Like, unless you're gonna go crazy and do something like what I'm doing, where you have just a totally split simulation layer that doesn't talk to Godot at all, I think I would just use the signal. Like, auto loads are good too, right? Because auto loads are very stable. As the scene tree changes, the auto loads are very stable. I'd be concerned about, like, issues with that if I had just, like, if I tried to work around that. I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure it out. All right, so I want to change this. I don't want to do this level up or down thing. All I really want to do is change the Z level. You know, can I just do that straight in here? Can I actually just do that right in here? Where's the input handler? Who's listening to the scroll wheel would be my question, I guess. I guess it's this. No, this is the horizontal and vertical axis. I need the depth. Who is actually listening to this? Oh, it's this. So we say zoom in, zoom out. Is action just pressed zoom in, zoom out? I bet zoom in and zoom out are just scroll wheel input map. Mouse wheel down. Mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of weird. The way level up, level down, shift W, shift S. Interesting. I think we'll call it zoom, and I think we'll just work with it that way. We'll just work with zoom in and zoom out. So we can actually just stop listening to the level command. We can. I do it right here. Okay, you only process command.edits. Auto loads are nice, and you could choose load order. Yeah, I generally like auto loads. There's some stuff I don't like about them. Like, I have a hard time disabling them for some reason. Like, as far as I can tell, the checkbox that disables them doesn't seem to do anything. I don't think I actually have any. I might have one auto load. Yeah, we do. But as far as I can tell, this global variable enable doesn't do anything. I don't know. Like, if I disable this and I run. Oh, well, you just don't exist. Okay, no, maybe it does do something. I don't know. I've had this with music players before, where I've had a music player as an auto load, and even when I disabled it, it would continue to play music. But I don't know, maybe that's something else. Oh, I can't do this while running. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe they have. Maybe it was something else going on. I don't pretend to understand this stuff. All right, so if I wanted to do this now without running a view system, so I guess we'll just add a case here. Command.arg.zoom. Let's say something like zoom in or out. We need to do the same parsing. Int.parse and next step. I kind of just want to work on the auto tiler, but I think we need to be able to build things in 3D first. Game board. Okay, and then what do we want that to do here? So I don't think we need to do any of this camera pan stuff. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to set the level. I'm just going to say this level index equals clamp level index plus direction 0 level count -1. It's really all I want to do. And honestly, all I'm gonna... Well, let's see what the view system used to do. I'm gonna short circuit this for now, which is not good, but I'm gonna do it. All right, right now we're just going to basically short circuit the system. That's how we're going to handle this. Control cannot fall out of switch final case label. Oh, do I need a break somewhere? Yeah, okay. It's okay, kids. He's a professional. Yeah, geez. Yeah, don't try this at home. Let's be clear. I'm not a professional. No one pays me to do this. Hey, Arneo. How's it going? Happy Friday. Okay, well, this still does the zoom thing, which is fine, I guess. Let's fix that. Are you approaching the last stream before holidays? This is indeed the last stream before Christmas. I'll be back on the 30th, I think. So that's what, 9 or 10 days? Because no stream tomorrow. Yeah, 10 days. That sounds nice. Vacation sounds good. But we'll be back. We'll be back on the 30th. Full steam ahead here. I guess let's add some of this stuff. Shift W.
Maximum warp.
Hey, No Jewel, how's it going? Happy Friday. Let's see, joypad. Let's zoom in. Be D-pad up. Now let's zoom out to be D-pad down. Get rid of these commands. No, Joel, you're working on a new asset. You're doing optimizations, which takes you 10x longer than expected. Yeah, I mean, you're not optimizing for your time, right? You're optimizing for the program's time. That sounds about right. All right, let's see if this kind of does what I expect it to do. Oh boy. Input action level down. Oh. Yeah. I think this is reverse. Zoom in is +1, zoom out is -1. This might need to get reversed somewhere. Hey, bad cop. Oh, good. I reminded you. Yeah, I don't know how attendance is gonna be, but I'm going. I think Zach is going too. Happy Friday. It's gonna be packed, you know? Noise Bridge might be, that's true. I saw you learning Bash the other day. Studying from a wiser Dave than me. Okay, there's a block. Can we scroll down? Can we scroll up? Can we scroll at all? Does anything happen? No. Can I shift? Okay. No response so far. Oh, wait. Sort of? What's happening? Not sure what's happening with the scroll wheel. The fact that I'm not changing the camera makes it a little hard for me to tell what's occurring, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, come to the Godot meetup, Adagon. Just come on down to San Francisco. If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to put a flower in your hair. SF is basically not US. That's definitely how some people feel about it. San Francisco is not really a progressive city anymore, though. New York is way better in terms of, you know, they actually, you know, elect social democrats and not, you know, conservative billionaires as their mayor. Our mayor is a billionaire. What's the right word? There's a word for it. Heir. Yeah, billionaire heir of the Levi Jeans fortune. Our billionaire. Yeah, I'm at this point now where I expect all elected officials in the United States to be billionaires. Which is not good that I've internalized it to that extent. Oh, well, the only reason... Nah, I'm not. Never mind. I was about to get very political. I'll chill out. I'm just saying there are advantages to having a billionaire mayor, you know, when you're trying to deal with the big orange in office. You need someone that can speak on his level, you know, that can speak to him at his level. Who did I want to win? I don't know. I didn't have a good answer. I mean, Peskin would have been okay. He was the most crotchety. Our most, like, Bernie Sanders-esque direct supervisor. Yeah, there wasn't a good answer, unfortunately. There's a lot of bad answers. As South Park said, you're so often just choosing between a douche and a turd. Those are usually your choices for office. Donnie seemed to do okay with this conversation. I know. So what's the point? Why did we have to have a billionaire mayor if you could just send up like a social democrat and he could do the same thing? I want a social democrat mayor. Socialist democrat. All right. So what do I think the problem is? I did flip the numbers, but I don't think that does anything. Zoom in or out, parse, and accept. Okay, so that's literally all this does, is it just loops back out. And then here, all we do is change the level index. What did it do before? Okay, it added it. Level index. Plus. Minus. This seems correct. This seems like it should be doing what I want it to do. I'm just going to add this line just to have a visual example of what's happening. You're writing, Dave? I'll be the write-in mayor candidate? Yeah, all right. Vote Adagon for mayor. Your first order of business is to outlaw unity. All right. It's too early in the stream to fall into political apathy. Adagon's already mayor of D2 Jam. That's true. Well, in good news territory, I don't think I'll be going to GDC next year, so so I definitely have lots of time to do Down to Jam in March. Not going to worry about it. Under normal circumstances, I would have already bought my ticket by now. All right, let's see what happens now. You're the D2 Jam billionaire? Yeah. Okay, so this maybe is working. Okay, but there's some kind of drawing issue. Uh-huh. So what's going on there? The heck is that? I want to just go hang out in the park instead of going to GDC next year. Yeah, honestly, that's probably what I'm going to do. I probably won't take a lot of time off of work. I usually take the whole week off, but yeah, I think I'll pick a couple of days Just go hang out in the park. I think that'll be fun. There'll probably be some other unofficial events going on, but yeah, I see no reason to buy a ticket for next year, which is crazy. I always get a ticket. I've probably gone every year since, like, I don't know. I actually skip a few years, but I've gone at least every year since 2018. I mean, not counting 2020. My first one was 2008. I remember GDC back when the OGs said it was shitty. Godot starts going again. Maybe I will too. Yeah, I hated that. I was so sad when there was no GDC or no Godot booth and no Godot party. That made me very sad. Very, very sad. We need to get some more contacts in like Discord or Microsoft or whoever could help provide us a venue for Godot in the city. Zach wants to start helping with that sort of stuff for Godot, and I'm like, I would love to help that, but I have no connections. Hit up Bill Gates. Oh yeah, Billy. We call him Billy Gates here. I call you Clark the Spark. You're hungry for power. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I want the Bad Cop mixtape. Yeah, so what do I think is causing this weird drawing issue? There's a fight happening between the layers, or between the tiers of layers. You're all Y sorting just fine. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I arranged these all positionally, but what I didn't do was any kind of Z indexing. All right, let's do that. Let's just Z index 64 block tiers real quick. Does Discord have any interest in Godot? They have space in the city. That's why I thought of them. I know they have space in the city. We could probably get them to do something. We just have to like agree to make them a stupid Discord activity or game or whatever. I don't know anyone making games for Discord, but they're always pushing that. We'll just make them a Discord game. All right. So Z indexing should probably count down negatively as we do this, I guess. That seems like the best way to do this. Oh, this is annoying. Can I? Oh, that physically moves you in space. I don't love that. Yeah, you're down? All right. We'll make them an offer they can't refuse. And then we'll put on GodotCon. We'll get an East Coast, West Coast rivalry going with the Boston Game Dev Group. Nix. With that comment, I've made dozens of people angry, Dave. Dozens, yeah. Yeah. The dozens of people that must be making these Discord games. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything. I'm sure they're fun. I don't go hang out. There's like a local game dev group that like plays games on Fridays, and I think they'll do that. They'll play like the little Discord activity games or something. I've never done it. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's mostly just like Jackbox, but for Discord or something like that. Yeah, I'm not a big enough streamer to be pissing off the the Discord game dev lobby, so I should probably tone it down. I have a lot of weight to throw around, but I have very little influence. All right, well, this should fix the weird drawing issue that I was seeing. I'm sure this is riveting content here. Just watching me go block by block, entering in Z indexes. I will be working on this during the break, hopefully. I'll be going home, visit my family. But I didn't bring my computer to Thanksgiving, which I think was a really great choice. It was really fun. We went and visited some friends. We did a lot of really great fun stuff. But the Christmas, yeah, I think I'll bring my laptop and I'll try to get some work done. So hopefully we're not in the same spot when I come back. Hopefully we're in a lot better spot when I come back. It's got to be deja vu for the regular viewers here, or even the irregular viewers. It always seems like I'm working on the same thing over and over and over again. And that's accurate. That is kind of what I'm doing. But I swear, we're trying to do it better each time. It wouldn't be game dev if you weren't rebuilding the same system for the third time. Oops. Doing this manually instead of a for loop is crazy work. That's a good point, Bad Cop. I should have just made a tool script that just goes through and does this. I don't know. That's a good point. That's a real programmer move. I always try to tell myself if I do something once, just do it manually. And then if I do something twice, start thinking about automating it. And then if I do something 3 times, be upset that I haven't automated it yet. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid automating a task the first time I do it. But yeah, that would have been that would have been easier. I never use tool scripts. I need to start using tool scripts. You know you can edit them all at once, right? But Adagon, they have to be different numbers. But that's a good point too. Giving them each, yeah, I'll give each one a script. It'll look at its name and then it'll set its Z index to be the negative version of the number at the end of its name, and that'll have solved it. Sometimes doing stuff manually can be chill. I am not gonna lie, that is a lot of what I do sometimes, especially on stream. If I'm tired, I'm like, here's this busy work that I know I can do for an hour and nobody will really notice. That's definitely something I do. Z index is name.slice 10. Yeah, that would have been the move. That would have been good. This is how you're all able to be productive, and I'm over here just, you know, doing whatever it is that I do. All right. I think that fixed it, he says, super confidently. No, use get index. Think of the performance. It would be less funny if it wasn't true. But I am so often being like, oh man, let me make sure that this tool script that I'm going to run once is maximally performant. All right, so can I lay out just a little pile of things, and then if I go down a series, okay, now we're doing okay. Now I can set another layer here. Okay, so I can start, I gotta turn this camera pan thing off. We're doing the zoom now, so we're able to work three-dimensionally, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. We can't really tell where anything is, but it's okay. Ban Adagon. Oh my god, Z index is get children, get index, dot names like oh, that's good. Adagon has been banned. No, never. Adagon will always be welcome. You have to follow the rule of cool. That is true. That is true. That is the overarching rule. If you're gonna have a magic number in your code, make it a hex literal. Oh my god, the ancient magic's being invoked. C indexes get children, get index.name.slice, OXA. Alright, so I can make a little block and I can go down, and now I'm on a lower level. I can't go on a higher level though, because there isn't a higher level. Okay, so the usability of this is crap, but it is doing what I want. Problem is, if the camera doesn't move, it's really hard to tell that you're going out and in. I really need to add that shadow back in. There used to be a shadow that would cast down so you could see where a block is relative to another block. I need to put that back like ASAP. I'm thinking about having sideways quote-unquote shadows, but I think the up-down shadow would be a lot. I think that would solve most of my problems here. I wonder if I could turn that on easily. I still have the code. I never deleted it because I was like, I think I want this. Do I even have an isEmpty function anymore? Hidden blocks dot contains. Do we not call it hidden blocks? No, we do. Oh, you want a whole pair. So what is it like contains key? Okay. And then there is no more isEmpty. Although I kind of maybe want to bring that back. Block tags. I guess for now we'll just say not has any. What are the odds that this just works? Oh, all this does is set the projection, huh? Where do we actually draw the projection? I probably deleted that code, is probably what I did. Yeah, nobody uses the projection. So we set the projection. Okay. Well, that won't work then. I need to figure out how I want to cast a shadow in that kind of a situation. I don't really want like a separate... I guess what we do is we just add that block. I don't remember where we would have done that though. Maybe the tool system still has it. Probably not, but maybe. No, probably not. Yeah, okay, so I set the projection, but how do I... Yeah, whatever. We'll do that later. Let's work on the auto tiler. Let's start drawing outlines again. That's a fun thing to do. Tile drawing system, go down here. Nix, there are some crazy people out there. You found a .blend bunny character, 1.3 gigabytes. How many dang shape keys does one tiny ass bunny need? Apparently at least 153. Yeah, I don't know. I think people are just maybe kind of lazy with that when they're just providing it. I don't know. We've gotten greedy for resources. Like, why not? Why not just be inefficient? Just pay for that abstraction. This is how you end up getting the Apple calculator leaking like 30 gigabytes of memory. Not all assets are modeled for games. That's the responsible answer. That's the responsible true answer. Yeah, because like film people are not rendering in real time, right? They don't care if their render runs overnight. Thanks for being the voice of reason, bad cop. It's kind of out of character for you, but thank you. Yeah, you're bad cop, not reasonable cop. You deleted all the shape keys and it only dropped it 200 megabytes. Yeah, I'm gonna be super honest. I've never used Blender for anything beyond like the most trivial adjustment of pre-existing assets. Cat bop. The stuff you were showing on the Discord, Nix, is wild. It's super cool. The Blender stuff you're working on. I want to show part of this. This is really cool. This looks awesome. You're like underground bunker cave complex thing. Super dope. I'm gonna look at this real quick before we head into ads. I think these caves look great. I mean, I understand you explained why this is for performance reasons an issue, but I don't know. It looks great to me. You'll say it again. Those caves look great. I know, right? Underground train. Cave train. How quickly would you die of like carbon monoxide poisoning or something with cave train, though? Can we hire you for Cave Rim? Yeah, you should hire Nix for Cave Rim 3. Yeah. The cave drawings are great. I don't see the problem. I think it's super neat. So yeah, thank you for sharing. I think you're doing great work there. Your video getting featured in a stream? I know. We're heading into ads though, so we're just gonna chill for a minute here. You're trying to land Adam Yunus as a voice actor for Cave-Room 3. I think he'd do it. Talking to him at GDC was really great. He seems just as like as nice and approachable in person as he does online. He's very good at voice acting. It always catches you off guard. Yeah, I know. He'll just start doing like Ian McKellen's voice or something crazy. Someone will like tell him to do it on stream, and he'll just all of a sudden be Gandalf, and you're like, "What?" I'm sure you could get him. All right, so we're going to start reintroducing these auto-tiling rules. We're going to do it way down here because I cannot bothered. Low poly stuff like that's not that hard to do. You're not doing it badly. It's great. I mean, I understand actually doing low poly stuff well is like pretty challenging. What was this mask? What did this mask consist of again? It's like a eye collection of vector 3 eyes. Okay. All right, time to refer to the old system here. I might split this right. Hard to believe it's only been an hour here. Still got lots of tea left. We're still going strong here. All right, now rewriting these auto-tiling rules is going to be weird, but we're going to do it. It's going to be weird because of the inversion. But the inversion's not actually that bad. We're calling this block.faces. Key.w. What's actually worse than the inversion is the just the fact that we just have one kind of block now. We don't have these different kinds of block faces. There's just one. So I don't know if that simplifies the rules or that actually expands the rules because each block has to handle more circumstances. They're less like purpose built. I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say. All right, let's get those nested ternaries going. How many times has this code base been Ship of Theseus? At least twice. I think the only time it's genuinely been rewritten is when I started using C#. All right, so now, yeah, the change of this is rough. I think there's been enough time to build at least 2 entirely new copies of it. Fire Knight. Hey, Fire Knight, how's it going? Do you have a prototype? We've had a number of prototypes. We've had a few prototypes. We've been working mostly right now on tools. How's it going? Happy Friday. Thanks for the hydrate, Nix. Have another swig of tea in recognition. I unconsciously, maybe not unconsciously, I non-verbally just saw the hydrate and was like, time to drink tea. In the words of Worf, good tea, nice house. All right, so I think it's good to do this comparison between the cutaways. So if not hulls contains key X or cutaway. Okay, I understand there. So I think anytime we check to see if there's a hull, we should also double check to make sure that it's not being cut away. So this can be an or. How do I get this to be at the indentation level I actually want it to be at? Writer makes this hard to do sometimes. I want it to be in line with this here. Oh, it's not doing that because there's no parentheses. There we go. No? Still being a bastard? Okay. Did I put the parentheses up here somewhere? Oh, I did. It's the most finicky thing about JetBrains Rider for me so far has been just fighting its desire to always be repositioning and reordering things for me. You haven't seen any hydrates so far? I've had 2. Look, tea is mostly water, okay? I just gave you an extra hydrate for free. You're welcome. All right, so here we're going to ask... So we don't have cutaways anymore. Instead, what we do is we have block tags, which will be hull key.xyz minus vector3i.y. Hull key y xyz. There we go. So we're going to check to make sure that it doesn't have a cutaway. All right, here's where the inversion gets a little tricky for me. So if any of these conditions are true, we can skip this. So this, so and not this or this. So instead we want to make sure that there is no cutaway. Well, we want to make sure that either hull type has value, hulls. Ah, I see what this is here. This is the cutaway check for the hull, this very hull type. I see. Someone already made it. The Git of Theseus. Oh my god. Let's check this out. Look, if I wanted to get anything actually done, I would like do a game jam. Some scripts to analyze Git repos produces cool looking graphs like this. This is neat. It's like looking at like geology. This is like the geology of code. All right, I might run this at some point. Percent of commits still present in code base over time. Neat. Yeah, I like the stack plot. I like how you only ever shave little bits of the code base off. You can see the way the way it scoops down a little bit. I like whatever weird thing happened in 2018 where they were just like, time to delete a bunch of my code. This is neat. I think this would be fun to do. It's fun to examine. I'm really notorious about this too in my projects because I don't delete like old stuff a lot of the times. I'll like supersede it, but I'll keep it around for too long. Super cool. I'm gonna bookmark that for later. The Git of Theseus. That's great. It's good stuff. Look, the truth of the matter is that I don't know what I'm doing. And the way that I approached knowing what I'm doing is doing it wrong a few times. Could be cool to build a 3D visualization where little guys build a ship based on the commits and then over time replace bits as the commits change things. That would be cool. That would be cool. Like the way like a little Cosmeteer crew members will like rebuild a ship for you. Walt added that a while ago and it really changed the character of building things. The ships used to change instantly, but now the little guys go out and they deconstruct the old stuff and they construct the new stuff, and that's fun. What do we got going on here? Godot engine get history, source visualization. Okay. Let's take a look at this. You aren't sharing it? What, the link that you posted in the Twitch chat? Alright, someone's yelling outside. I'm interested in this. Whoa. The music changed? You thought you were watching it on another screen? Oh, I mean, I was just to get through the ads. I don't have the whatever game with video sound going here. I like these explosions. What are those tied to? Like new. This is fun. This is 20 minutes long, so we're not gonna like watch it, but let me see. Let me jump ahead to see. I want to see it like explode again. Here we go. It looks like there's gonna be a big. Oh, yeah. Like what is that? Crypto. OpenSSH. What's this whole branch? This is such an interesting visualization. It's a visualization of the file tree for the source. The contributors fly around and shoot little lasers at the files they touch. Oh, this is so cool. Oh yeah, there's Juan. You can see Juan going around. That's awesome. All right, let's jump ahead of it again to another big change here. This looks like there's gonna be another big change here. They've entered a big thing. Yeah. That you'll probably see that nowadays when it's something like you know, they added big support for something like this is so cool. It's probably as hard to see on the stream, but it's really neat. I'd watch this. This is the sort of thing you just take a big rip and just watch for 20 minutes, right? Yeah, I love when like a whole branch just blows up. There's a program called Gorse. You can run it on any Git repo. Cool. Done using the awesome Gorse FOSS application. Okay, sick. Thank you for helping me not do anything today. All right, I want to look for. I'm scanning ahead to see another big. See if there's another big jump. Yeah, it looks like there's gonna be another big one over here. I like when some big branch gets added and decides to redo the visualization. Oh, Mr. Magoo with the resub. Thank you. Here's all this lighting or something they implemented. Icons. Stuff for icons. This is fun. This is fun. I love watching the little contributors bounce around and shoot laser beams. All right, I think there's one more big jump over here. How are you doing today, Mr. Magoo? Happy Friday. Thanks for hopping in. Don't worry. There's Juan still just cruising around. Whoa. This is just a few years, too. This was just like 2014 to 2017 or something like that. Maybe 2018. Super fun. Visualizations are a lot of effort for little gain, which makes them so awesome. Yeah, I would never work on something like this, but it's really neat. You fixed the error, Magoo? Nice. You got the spinning 3D cube. Well on your way to a graphics engine. Hell yeah. It's your favorite kind of project. Your visualization stuff is cool, though. I'm sure. I would end up spending a lot of time and getting nothing out of it. Useless but cool. That's, you know, couldn't we all strive to be a little more useless but cool? This is neat. I would love to see an extended version of that. Do you see the Advent of Code one you did? No, I'll check it out. I saw you were doing some Advent of Code, but I didn't actually. I'm allergic to like coding challenges because I'm not a real programmer. I'm a script kiddie. This one was Godot. Oh, it was Godot? Advent of Code 2025, day 8. Oh, I'll watch this. Let me bookmark this for later. Oh, wait, this is just a minute. Yeah, let me check this out. Sorry if people thought we were going to be productive today. Germany travel deals are live. They could tell I looked at some of that for Godot Fest. They could tell I considered it. Whoa. You made it for the TikTok brain individuals. That's very good. That's very good. This is neat. Next time? Hell yeah. No, Joel, that'd be awesome. Someday I'll have the kind of travel budget. What's this little guy? Okay, there we go. That was cool. Why did I move that? Why don't I just close it? There we go. The camera work you spent way too much time on. The camera work, getting a camera that knows how to like follow the action is so hard. I feel like there's a reason everyone just used Cinemachine. D2 Jam front-end contributions over time, Adagon. Okay. Look at this. The president of D2 Jam here, Adagon. Wow, did you double the code base ahead of just in like August to September? This is the same thing for the back end. Okay, so yeah, you did all the back end stuff early back in the spring, and then that was all the front end stuff. Yeah, you really juiced up the Down to Jam front end. It's really nice. Adagon and a funny mustache and glasses. It's pretty good. Yeah, the Down to Jam website is awesome. All right, should I actually continue to try to do this? I guess. All right, and this or this. Not quite sure about this, but we're going to start trying stuff. Time for another spike before the next event. You got time. You got time. You got a few months. Wow, it's less than 3 months away, huh? Yeah, I'm stoked. I've really enjoyed Down Jam. Oh, you put your demo on the Discord? Hell yeah, Mr. Magoo. Ship it. So if there is, so this is kind of like previously it was like all these conditions have to be true so that we can get rid of the outline. Now we're just looking for any excuse to draw an outline. Actually, let me make sure that we have this in the correct order here. I changed the mapping. Change the mapping from the way it used to be to the way it is now here. So it used to presume all outlines, and then you could slowly get rid of them. Now it's like presume that there aren't any outlines unless you figure it out otherwise. You want to improve the music player a bit? It's probably not the best use of your time. Yeah, I think the fact that there is a music player is pretty good, but I don't know. I don't know what else you could do. There's so many features. Bad cop, you're going to rewrite the back end in Bash? So one of these conditions, if just one of these conditions match, then we're good. Okay, so this needs to be both these then. So it needs to be there, and it needs to be not getting cut away. I think I'm going to take a nap after this. It is going to be glorious. Although I do need to do laundry. Although it is supposed to rain for 7 days straight. Which is cool. I'm usually all about that. It's just the timing is a little tough. Okay, is this sufficient? Maybe. Probably not. But this is what we're going to start with here. All right, this part's confusing because I've negated or I've inverted the whole function. So that means it's double negated, which means I shouldn't change it. Guess it's like that. God. You're going to probably focus on getting up more setup before the next jam. What kind of setup? What kind of stuff are we looking forward to? Mask dot contains. How the does this work? So this branch is for the overlay. Up for more is a post jam. Oh, up for more. That's D2 jam. Up for more. Okay, I get it. For working on a polished version of the game to then put up on storefront. That's cool. That's cool to have some structure for that. I like that. That's a really good idea. So if it not has edge and it contains this and it contains that. What is this? I'm not sure about this part, but we're going to try it. Oh. I guess let's hold on a second. I can't spell faces. I keep spelling it with a Z. What a 90s kid I am. All right. Well, this isn't going to do anything. I don't know why I just hit go on that. Let's give this a try here. All right. Autocomplete for the win here. We're just going to return true just so that I have this written. Let's forget the corners for a second, I guess. That's okay. All right. What will this do? This should switch it to always draw the outline. Yep. Okay, so now it's always drawing the outlines. Very good. Yeah, it's tricky because the scroll wheel doesn't just move you up and down. It moves you forward and back along the cameras forward. It's a little weird. Hard to tell where you are, but that's okay. We'll fix that. I am okay with this non-overlapping outline. I think I'm pleased with that. All right, so let's start trying to get rid of these outlines, huh? Let's just start trying stuff. Starting to run out of tea, but I'm going to be strong. Okay, this has accomplished nothing so far. So that's something. Yeah, okay, so far this does nothing, but that's fine. That's okay. Why is this always returning true, though? Make sure that the contours of this are what I expect. Yeah, okay. So that does behave the way I expect it to. sort of. All right, so now this will eliminate, under certain circumstances, this will get rid of the outline. If has edge negative x, atlas chords with x equals atlas chords dot x plus 1. Yes. That's in line with our auto tile mapping, which is this. Where we start with nothing, and then we might add an outline here. Maybe we add an outline here. Maybe we add an outline to both. And each edge is calculated independently, and then we map it onto this combination of them to figure out the final result. Bada bing, bada boom. Auto tiling. I guess let's start simple. So I'm making a lot of assumptions. Let's start simple. Okay. That kind of behaves correctly. That's a start. So I'm going to forget about these additional conditions here. I'm just going to do this part. Okay. Well, let's keep working on it like this then. What do I gotta do to... wait. I can't convince you to do this for me? No, okay. Okay. I like this track. Yet again, I'm fighting this thing. Oh. All right, let's see how this looks. All right, progress. Yeah, I think getting rid of the overlapping was really good. Was a really good move. Just for anyone who doesn't have any idea what we're doing or why, we were making some pretty big changes to our system here. We had a different block structure where blocks were these larger compound objects. It would have different aspects to them, like there'd be a floor plate and then there'd be like an upper section that might be occupied by like a wall or a door, but it also might just be empty. And so you had this very rigid structure and you had a lot of assumptions about parts of that structure. Whereas right now we're breaking it down into a block is just a little block. And all of those structures are emergent properties of combinations of those blocks, which is neat, but we've had to rewrite a lot of stuff for it. And then we also did another thing where we've used to have overlapping outlines, which caused a lot of problems, which is this upper section. And we've removed that. So now none of the outlines overlap, which solves another set of problems. But again, we've had to rewrite a lot of stuff. But I think it's good. But it is a lot of work. Not mask contains this very spot. That doesn't make any sense. I think I want to get rid of that. That doesn't make any sense. Is there any features I want on the site, by the way? Oh, I don't know. It's a great question. Let's look at the site. Let's look at this beautiful site. Why aren't I on here? Where's my feature? That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. I don't know, there's so much to this. Wow, theme submissions are soon. Less than 2 months away. I should be tier 2'd. Yeah, I feel very tier 2 as an individual. No, it's okay. I mean, Covino is better than me. For sure. I'm not familiar with First Crimson, but look at their viewer count, 64. I should be up here with Gnomable. They're my speed. No. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. These are bigger streamers than me. I'm just messing around. I don't know. There's so many features. I feel like there was maybe some stuff about like rating the games at the time that would have been nice, but I feel like everyone talked about it. I feel like it was well captured. Yeah, I don't know what else I could want. Tier 3 is streaming jam. Tier 2 in the system. Tier 1 random. Oh, okay. You keep kicking out all the people who offer to bring me viewers. That's true. You know what? You're right. That's probably my problem. That's probably a big problem. You know what I think you probably need, Adagon, is like more themes. I don't think there's quite enough themes to capture, you know, my many moods. Oh no, the theme preview is broken. We found a bug. How did I break it? I don't know. I clicked hot dog, and then now the theme preview doesn't work anymore. Hot dog broke the theme preview. I love it. I went to the website to try to think of features. Just broke it. I picked a theme and it broke the preview. I can't even switch previews now or switch themes. I'm sure it fixes on a refresh. Yeah. Have I tried turning it off and on again? Let's see if I can break it again. I don't think it can keep up with me. Is the thing. I think I'm just too wild. Uh-oh. It's broken again.
He's dead, Jim.
Now I can't pick a theme again. And now it's working. It's rate limiting me. I bet. I'm probably not. I probably don't look like I'm a nice guy. That's funny. Yeah, I bet it is rate limiting me. Thanks for being in a second. No, I don't know. It's crazy to me how many features you have on that website. All right. Oh. Yeah, we really need a new input model here. I want to build this by layers from the ground up. I guess the cutaway system will help with that. All right, let's keep working on removing these outlines. All right, edge negative Y. Actually, you know what? First, we should probably work on the Z faces. All right, let's see what we got going now. Okay. Kind of. Not really. Opposite of what I want, I think. Oh, this should be a knot. I don't have any of... You don't have any of my tags on the whitelist. You should add Godot. What? I could use some different tags, you know? I've got a few more available to me. Okay, this is closer to what it should be. I put very little thought into my tagging. Okay. All right. We're starting to get something here. All right, we're heading back into ads here. Hold on to your ads, people. Don't forget to use your Prime subscriptions. Amazon Prime. All right, this should be relatively easy. Tags are D2 Jam, Game Dev, and Game Development. Okay, I could always add Game Dev. I don't know why I don't, actually. Oh, wait, I'm out of tags. I use the solo dev tag. I could probably swap that out. All right, no big deal. Appreciate you, Adagon. All right, why can't I just subtract Z from this? Try get value. Oh, I need the other parameter. Out block dot hull dot adjacent base Z. Oh, what should this be? Oh, never mind. It's okay. You're biased against Godot. It's fine. It's understandable. Us Godot game devs are used to experiencing prejudice. Yui and New Unity of the same fate. Well, they're fit. That's deserved. When it happens to them, it's deserved. When it happens to me, it's unfair. Thanks for the hydrate, Nix. One of my last sips of tea here, just for you. Why are my lights so bright today? I might turn them down. Here we go. Did you miss anything? Not really. Just chilling. We just chilling here. Hope you're chilling now too. All right. So what are you now? Y? Vector 3i dot y. Yeah. All right, let's see what this does. Currently not using the block tags at all, which is great. I know we will, though, so I'm not tripping. Okay, okay. Outlines are one by one disappearing here. It's very good. Okay. What about the... Oops. Crash. I'm not allowed to touch the block palette. Okay, that's kind of right. That's kind of correct. We're getting there. We're working our way. So nice to be a phase where you can see the feedback. That is so crucial to maintaining motivation and momentum, but especially motivation. Yeah. I think you should do whatever you need to do to be able to maintain something that gets you visual feedback. If that means like building a bunch of debug tools or something, I think you should always do that. I feel like the lack of motivation to work on a project due to a lack of feedback is like the first step on the road to like the project dying. And it's a problem that programmers have. Because like a 2D artist is always getting feedback on their stuff, right? Because what they're doing is visual. But a programmer very often is not. And I think it's so important to make your work. I mean, there's the sense of like the there's like the DevOps thing of like you got to make the work visible to yourself. That's not exactly what I'm talking about, but it's close. But that's also a thing. Why is this upset with me? It's because I don't do anything. Why are we so upset with this? Remember with the same sig. Oh, dang it. You wrote that. All right, positive X. Positive X. Why do you want to do that? Autocomplete does not like my nested ternaries. Oh yeah, this should be a knot. Adagon, using the Steam sale to buy a bunch of game OSTs for listening to instead of needing to use Spotify. Smart, smart. I was looking at the sale. There isn't really a lot that I want, but there's a couple I might pick up for my Steam Deck. Like I want to play Spillway. That looks cute. I saw that at Day of the Devs. That looks like a cute little Steam Deck game to have. That's a good idea, though, buying some OSTs. I'm also coming back to the whole... You have all your OSTs in a Jellyfin instance right now? Nice. Yeah, I'm coming back around to physical media, too. Or not maybe physical media, but owning my media. I'm coming back around. There's a lot of stuff I want to listen to or watch or whatever, and it's not available. And if it is available now, for who knows for how long, right? I mean, not that you own anything you buy on Steam, but I think you know what I mean. You're just addicted to self-hosting things. I think that's the same drive, right? Having that ownership and control of your own stuff. I'm coming around to that. I'm still, you know, I don't think I'm in the position to like put in all the work like you are. Like you're really good. You put in the work, like get this stuff up. But yeah, I think I'm going to be doing more stuff like that. I'm building 2 new computers. I have all the parts just sitting in my kitchen, and they're going to remain sitting there for a while, but I'm building some new computers. I'm wondering what to do with some of my old computers. I think I'm going to turn at least one of them into like a Linux server or something. I want to start playing around with that stuff more. I have really good internet, so I could do quite a bit of posting myself. Is this correct? What's X? Very weird. Should it be or not? It should be not. You hear Mr. Magoo is working on an OS I could install on one? I'll try it. I'm interested to see. I'm sure everyone will be very opinionated when I go to pick a Linux distro. Arneo, you're just lurking. You're not working on your physics jitters. I think that's fine. Ubuntu for me? Yeah, already started. Okay, great. I think you're right, but yeah, let's not open that whole can of worms. But I think you are correct. I don't see myself as an Arch man. I run Arch, by the way. Get used to saying that. Temple OS? Okay, all right. It's already begun. I was trying to avoid this. But yeah, I don't totally understand what my use cases would be, but I think it would be fun to self-host like some stuff. I mean, I'll probably start out by just doing like backups and maybe self-host like a Git or something. I don't know, or a copy of it. It'll probably be mostly backups to start, but I have like a Valheim server that I pay Amazon to run. I could maybe turn that. I could maybe localize that. Maybe some of my dedicated servers. I don't know. I probably couldn't. I'd have to look at what the stats of the AWS servers are by comparison. See if I could actually handle hosting it. But I have the internet. I have gigabit fiber. I have a gigabit up. There's no throttling. There's no data cap or anything. I have one of the best ISPs in the nation here. One of the only ones that aren't scumbags. I should take advantage of it, you know? Hey there, fellow kids. I'm a Windows man myself. Yeah. No, I am too. All my machines are Windows. I just have a couple old computers that cannot legitimately have Windows 11. So I'm like, well, if your Windows lifespan is over, maybe it's time for you to become a Linux box. Any of the mainstream distros work fine enough? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm totally not just like farming engagement by like starting a Linux argument. All right, next block of outlines removed here, or added, I guess. Let's see what we got. All right. We got our little rows here. Things are going well. Look at that. Look at the side pipes here. Totally smooth. Smooth pipes. Looking good, looking good. Couple more outlines to get rid of here. Got to get rid of the positive Y now. And then we'll be cooking. Yeah, maybe the outlining is significantly simpler in this case. I don't know. We won't really know until we start playing with the cutaway system again. Ubuntu because it's best supported and easiest, easy to mod as well. I'm sure you're right. No doubt. Yeah, look how many different auto tiling categories we have, all with subtle differences in the old model. And the new model is there's just 3 categories and they're all fundamentally different faces. So they are meaningfully different. I think this is good. I think we managed to remove some complexity. Whatever the opposite of essential complexity is, we managed to remove a lot of that. Return block.faces hull key.w switch. What was that early 2000s movie that had Linus Torvalds in the beginning? I don't know. It's a good question. Probably not Office Space. Unless he did. Unless he was in that. I don't know. I think that's late 90s anyway. Yeah, that's 1999. Linus Torvalds the movie. Oh, was it in like The Social Network or something? I know everyone had like a cameo on that. I don't know. Pirates of Silicon Valley, is he in that? Because that movie's sick. That's also a 90s movie. I don't know what I'm talking about. Pirates of Silicon Valley, also 1999. Great. Wait, John DiMaggio is in this film? What did he play in this? Hold on. Tangent here. No way. John DiMaggio played Steve Ballmer in the Pirates of Silicon Valley. I had no idea when I watched that. That makes so much sense. That's great. Love that. Ultimate Ballmer casting. John DiMaggio. So good. Makes sense. Now that I hear it, it makes a lot of sense. Similar to Swordfish or maybe even Swordfish. Ah, could be. Could be. Hack the planet. What in the world happened there? Every time I trust autocomplete, it just immediately reminds me about how it is totally untrustworthy. I think I understand more about how to handle the overlay, and I realize that I'm doing it wrong here, maybe. But you know, we're just gonna let it ride here. It was Swordfish. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm from San Jose. Our, like, we really love Wozniak in San Jose. We, like, named a street after him. Wozniak Way. We love Woz. He's like a patron saint of the city as far as I'm concerned. This is why, right? Yeah. All right. All right, I think we've just about solved for the naive case here. For the non-cutaway case here, I think we're looking good. Oh, what's going on over here? But that's almost it. Yay. There's something untoward happening here. A couple of things, actually. Let's try to get this Z-face thing. Why are you being weird? Also, why? Oh, I'm a layer too low. Okay, so that's the positive Y misbehaving. Maybe I have a negative somewhere or a minus somewhere. Somewhere it should be a plus. That's obviously a problem right there. However, that's not the problem I was looking at. Huh. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah, what is this? Okay, that weird thing on the side is gone, but this thing on the top is strange. Did I just shift E into something crazy? Yeah, I did. Copy, cut. Rotate should not be in here. That was weird. Just had like a strange input system fail, but that's okay. Fatigue is setting in. Can feel a nap coming. It's gonna be raining. If it's not raining, I really have to go get some laundry going. Light rain starting in an hour and a half. Okay. Think I can do laundry before then? I think so. Heavy rain starting in about 6 o'clock. All right. We're still good. We're still good. Let's try to figure out what's going on here. It's going to be raining there soon. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here for all the way through Christmas. It's supposed to rain here for the next 7 days, which I am super down for. I love the rain. I also live on a hill, though, so I don't have to deal with any real consequences. My only issue is I have to go to a laundromat. I do not have in-unit laundry. One of the few amenities I do not have. All right, so why are we seeing a line along the positive Y edge of that particular set of blocks along the upper right edge? This is weird. I can't spot the difference here. Yeah, there's it's a misidentification. It's like looking the wrong way. But but don't quite see how. Should be pretty straightforward, though. I probably just can't see it. It's raining on your parade, Charlie Brown. Not yet. There's something like slightly misnamed, and it's causing me pain here. It's looking at itself plus vector 3i dot y. That should be the correct way. Let's look at the auto tile mapping real quick. Y plus 2. Yeah, there we go. It's like very clear what's happening. I just cannot see where. Which is weird because I know where. Minus y, that's the negative y board. Huh. It's not happening on the plus x side. It's only happening on the plus y side. Very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Very strange. I mean, I guess it's possible there's a problem with the format. I don't think so, though. Or with my encoding of the format. Seems unlikely, though, because it's just happening in such a specific context, which is when it gets to the upper edge, it gets confused. And if you notice, if I put a block here, so it's looking in the wrong direction. It's looking for a block on negative y for its positive y outline. But that's not reflected in the code is the thing, at least as far as I can tell. Problem does not seem to be there. Very strange. The up-down stuff seems to be just fine, though. Like along the edges here. Oh, whoa. Oh, the corners. Corners. I have to teach this about corners. The corners are missing. That's okay. We'll teach it about the corners. Rakudo. Rakudu? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Happy Friday. How is it doing this? Why is it being a weirdo? It's looking at its negative neighbor to project its positive outline. Very strange. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome in. We're kind of we're rebuilding a system we have here for building little 3D block spaces that get rendered in a 2D isometric style. And I don't quite it also doesn't happen at the corners, it seems. Yeah, we're working on our FTL-like here in isometric 2D. And I have a bug I can't seem to spot here. Really doesn't make sense what's going on here. The problem should be right here. But I don't see it. Hull key plus vector 3i.y. Not hulls, try get value. Yeah, sure. Hull type has value. Mask is null. Hull key plus vector 3i.y. Yeah, I don't know. Plus X stuff is working just fine. So is the minus Y stuff. Maybe there's some kind of block storage issue that I don't understand. It'd be weird if it was only applied in that one case, though. I'm sure I'll look at this again later, and it'll be painfully obvious what the problem is. I think my brain is just a little fried. Maybe the format is wrong? Nah. Maybe. I find that hard to believe. We could check, I guess. Three 1303. So we're looking for, we should be getting 0. We should be getting 0, 1. But instead we're getting 0, 3. So 0, 1 is there. And in the tile set atlas source, that is here. Oh. Yeah, it is encoded incorrectly, I think. Yeah, that's the wrong thing there. Huh. Okay. The more you know. All right, let's open those files then. Fix those, I guess. I was like, the logic isn't wrong. It's looking up the right tile, and there's the wrong value in it. So let's try to fix that in the template, at least. So we don't do that again. Yeah, this should be like this. Face texture? No, Z-face texture. Or Z-face outline. Erase these. This outline should not be here. Oopsies. I made the mistake of thinking I knew what I was doing. Why is this called bulk and then that's called block? I should probably rename these. Funny problem. What was the guy who did that thinking? I don't understand the statement, but it's funny to me. Who do we have to blame for this thinking? It's me. I'm that guy. It's me. I'm the problem. Explains why the overlay had the same problem, which didn't make sense to me because it used a different logic. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, who do we have to thank for all of this? It's always me. Who's flying this thing? All right, re-import all that. Get this running. It should be perfect. It should be perfect up until we introduce cutaways. Oh, Lord. Did I do that with all of these? Yep. All right. I left the background on when I exported them. Oopsies. Maybe not that one. Uh-oh. Okay, not that one either. Okay, but these I left the... this one I left the background on. Excuse me. There we go. All right, draw it out. Look at that. Smooth as a baby's bottom, as they say. You love to see it. Look at this. Let's add some depth to it. Bam. Let's add some more. Bam. And again. Bam. This doesn't quite look like the size of one of the old blocks. 4 of these doesn't quite look like the size of one of these. But we're in good shape. We're in good shape. Doing pretty good. We'll have to turn the cutaway system back on now so we can actually see into these shapes. So right now it's just a solid block of material. Ship it, yeah. We're shipping it. I got a lot of stuff I can do over the holidays. I can get the cutaway system back. I can try to get some kind of refined input system. Maybe I'll do that. My priority should probably be refactoring what we already have. So getting the cutaways back in would probably be good. But I'm feeling pretty happy. Whew, I'm also feeling tired. But yeah, very pleased. We're getting back. We're getting back into it. I think we'll probably start wrapping things up. Thanks for the ship it. Looks a lot better. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool once we've got the flood filling system and the cutaway system back in place, and we can make these really varied spaces. It even compiles. Thanks, Mr. Magoo. Are you talking about EuroS or wraps? That sounds good. Tasty wrap. But yeah, this was fun as always. I'm sad I won't be streaming for the next like 10 days because it's very motivating to have you all hanging out here with me. But, you know, holidays important. Spending time with family is important. Taking breaks is important. So I hope everyone does a bit of that over the next week. I hope everyone takes some time, just, you know, hang out with the people in your life and maybe reflect about all the stuff that you've done this year and all the stuff we're going to do next year. Because there's a lot. There's a lot that we've done, but there's also a lot left to do, you know? Enjoy your holidays, captain's orders. It is, that's an order. Enjoy your holiday. Have a good break, everyone. Thanks for the streams. Thank you. Thank you all. It wouldn't be the stream without you all. It really wouldn't. But yeah. Happy holidays. Whichever holiday you celebrate. We'll be back on the 30th, Tuesday the 30th. We should be. Close out the year strong. We'll see how much I am able to get done between now and then. May you request a raid at this time? You can. There's a channel points reward for exactly that purpose. There you go. You are the raid master. So we'll set it up. Thanks for actually using that one. Who are we raiding? Would be the question then. CA2 software? Yeah. Well, I like CA2 software. It's gonna be a long wait. Hey, welcome back in, Sapphire Starship. You made it in just in time. All right. Yeah, we're raiding CA2 software. They really do good stuff. They're hardcore. Ship them if you got them, essentially. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your holidays here. And I'll see you all next time. It's only 10 days. It'll be okay. I say to myself confidently. Bye.
Maximum warp. Maximum warp. Maximum warp.